Some women may recover from the physical effects of cancer treatment, but afterwards their self-esteem may need some TLC. Reporter Jacqueline Quinn tells us how one group is using the power of pink to pamper survivors.
I was feeling like an ugly duckling a little bit before I came here.
More women in the last decade are surviving breast cancer diagnosis, but the physical and emotional toll can last a lifetime. That's why Evelyn Callip created Evelyn's Breast Friends Forever, a group to give survivors an opportunity to get their minds off their treatment and to have some fun.
It started off with just 8 people in August 2009 to put them together, just like a girls' night out or girls' day out. And it's like an informal support group. You don't have to talk about your breast cancer, but just to take you away for a couple hours.
Callip herself was diagnosed with the disease in 2007 and finished cancer treatment in mid-2008. After recovering, she began working as a nurse at Torrance Memorial, where she connected with other women undergoing cancer treatment.
No matter how supportive my family and friends were when I was going through my cancer journey, they just didn't understand what I was going through. And I found out when I was talking to women that's having surgery, right before surgery, they felt the same way.
Members like Marciela Fernandez says the group motivates her to reach out to new survivors.
We have lunch together and we sit and enjoy each other's company, and it doesn't have to be a sad thing remembering our diagnosis and our journey, but we talk about it to each other to inspire the new ladies that come into our group and to let them know they're not alone.
Last Sunday's event was aimed at helping women feel beautiful inside and out, and thanks to Vicara Salon, Evelyn's BFF group was treated to a free makeover.
Free haircut, free hair color, facial, a makeup touch, upper body massage. There's a professional photographer that's going to take their pictures outside after their makeover, just to make them feel good that they are survivors.
Princess Tui Pelahake has been Evelyn's hairdresser for the last 5 years. She was deeply touched by Evelyn's recovery and helped organize time and resources from the salon for the Day of Beauty.
I have family members who were diagnosed with breast cancer and who didn't survive, and so it's something important to take into consideration really what survivors go through, and just to be there and be a part of what's going on in their lives, because the personal touch, the way that we as hairdressers actually touch these women, it makes a huge difference.
Events like these are important for survivors because so many just want to feel good about themselves.
I was never a vain person, never in my life. But until this happened to me, and you lose your hair, and you lose your eyebrows, and you lose your eyelashes, you don't realize like how important that is to wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and want to look normal.
Having a bad hair day may not make a big difference for someone who's fighting breast cancer, but survivors say having a support group to do everyday things like beauty care can make a big difference in their recovery process.
We do get lows, and when they do things like this for us, it just makes us feel really good inside.
How much did you cut off?
About 12 inches, I think.
And having other survivors to share and to have as personal support is what Breast Friends are all about. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Jacqueline Quinn.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Evelyn's BFF is a nonprofit organization created to unite women with breast cancer through social events. For more information, check out their page on Facebook. Still ahead, we'll bring you an inspiring story of survival.
When you earn your GED diploma, the barriers in your life fall. Take the first step and get free GED information in your area at 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or yourged.org. Earn your GED diploma and begin your brighter future.
Be free. Nice, Dad. Nice, Dad. Nice, Dad.
Charles!
Nice, Dad.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
A reminder to all drivers, Del Amo Boulevard from Maple to Madrona Avenues is closed for the Boulevard Extension Project. Del Amo Boulevard is expected to reopen by Tuesday, November 8th. For more information, go to the Public Works page on the city's website. And finally, with the recent 10th anniversary of 9/11, Americans remembered the lives that were lost, but thousands of lives were also saved that day. Reporter Hiba Samad has this story of survival.
Robert Adichie works in global logistics. As a third-generation Japanese-American, he has spent his whole life in the South Bay. But on 9/11, Adichie was in New York. In fact, he was on the 55th floor of the World Trade Center when the first plane hit.
I was actually there about 45 minutes before the first plane hit. I was attending a seminar there, and right in the middle of introductions is when the first plane hit the building. We didn't know what was actually happening for quite a long time, because when you're in the middle of the building, you don't really know. But it was like a big, gigantic sonic boom, a big, loud noise, and then the building started to shake.
Once realization set in for Robert of what actually was happening, hope started to diminish as he started his journey down 55 stairwells to get out of the building.
Naturally, you start thinking about, you know, like they say, your life kind of flashes before your eyes, and you think of your family, and you think of all the things you didn't say and all the things you wish you would have told people because you are thinking that perhaps you're not going to make it out.
Adichie has written a journal of his accounts on September 11th and talks about his last hours in the World Trade Center and how he made it out, thanks to a group of courageous firefighters.
Well, the firefighters did. They provided hope. They provided encouragement, hope, and I think we're all at the point where people were so scared in that people were crying, shouting, you know, a whole lot of things, but it was almost getting to the point of despair. The look on their faces told us that something was wrong. And it's hard to think about every one of those firemen we saw ended up dying.
Robert likes to remember the positive things people did that day and how for one day strangers became friends.
There are many moments where you are so scared that you just want to break down and kind of give up. But you just don't let yourself do that. And it's not only you, it's the strangers around you who don't let you do that. The amazing part was that everybody in that stairwell were taking cues from each other and were helping each other as much as possible. And that was the really, that was the revelation, was that everybody helped each other. Young, old, male, female, didn't matter. Race didn't matter. Nothing mattered but helping each other. And that was something that restores your faith in people.
Robert describes the day as a day of unity. When he made his way out of the tower, complete strangers rushed to his aid. It's something he'll never forget.
When I was being tended to by people in New York who stopped me to clean me up and give me water and food, they told me to turn around and look down the middle of the street because the towers were always the one thing they could see in the morning when they got up. And when I turned around, the towers were gone. It was just a big mushroom cloud. And seeing just that big mushroom cloud of dirt and dust, it literally made me fall to the curb because I started thinking I was in that building. I could have been there when it collapsed. And that's a hard thing to remember.
Robert says he's angry, but there will be no closure of the tragic events of that day.
I'm angry that there is terrorism in the world because I don't understand it. There are so many people who feel wronged for so many reasons. As years go on, you find a way to deal with it in your own personal way. I don't think you want to close it. I think you want to always remember it.
Today, Robert Adichie gives lectures to different centers and classrooms. He has even presented his story at 9/11 memorials of what he experienced that day, and spread his message that life is too short to worry about the little things, and hopes when people listen to a story, they will not only be proud to be American, but also try to understand and welcome other cultures for a better future.
Every anniversary, it reminds me, get that feeling back again. Be more community-oriented, be more helpful, be more kind. Don't let the little things bother you. We are still the best place in the world. And I don't think that will change.
For CitiCABLE 3, I'm Hiba Samath.
Thanks, Hiba. Adichie was the last one out the door of the seminar room when Tower 1 first shook. Not realizing that his life was in danger, he was struggling to put a laptop into his computer bag instead of just leaving it behind. Adichie has donated his computer bag, which he often used during his presentations, to the Japanese-American National Museum. And that's going to do it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Thanks for joining us.